This meeting of the Clarksville-Montgomery County Board of Education is now called to order. We'll all stand for Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item is Point of Pride Awards. Dr. Luna Vetter.
Yes, I'd like to welcome Anthony Johnson, our Chief Communications Officer, to go over tonight's Points of Pride.
There we are. Good evening, board, and I definitely need this tonight. I apologize for my allergies. We are so excited tonight to celebrate so many points of pride. We have all of our valedictorians and salutatorians from our high schools here today, and I just want to say, believe it or not, in just a month, we will be celebrating the class of 2025 at graduation ceremonies. This year has definitely gone by quickly, but tonight is about honoring those who worked very diligently throughout their school career to earn the title of valedictorian and salutatorian. So we're going to go in alphabetical order, and I will ask that any school representatives that are here with students tonight also join the students. So first, Clarksville High School. If Sarah Hawk, valedictorian, and Ava Anikoff, salutatorian, could please come forward. Congratulations. Next, Kenwood High School. If valedictorian Anthony Krantz and salutatorian Ayana Irvine could please come forward. Congratulations. Next, Kirkwood High School. Valedictorian Riley Walker and salutatorian Amelia Ferreira. Congratulations. April is a busy month, so is May. And next, Montgomery Central High School. If valedictorian Camden Cooper and salutatorian Reagan Reynolds could please come forward. And next, Northeast High School. If valedictorian Kara Meyer and salutatorian Michaela Coates could please come forward. And next, Northwest High School. Valedictorian Timothy Burley and salutatorian Zoe Melendrez. And next, Rossview High School. Valedictorian, Cade Dieterding. Salutatorian, Madison Schwartz.
Let's do that one more time.
And from West Creek High School, valedictorian, Ariana Anderson, and salutatorian, Jasonia Bearfield. And if we could just give one more big round of applause for all of our valedictorians and salutatorians. Our next point of pride was unable to attend tonight, but you might recall a few weeks ago we had the Northwest High School JROTC academic team here, and they earned their spot at the national competition. And in just the past week, we have found out that Cadet Teonja Hines was also the winner of the national JROTC essay contest for the 7th Brigade and will also be joining that team in DC this summer. So congratulations to Cadet Hines. And our final point of prides, and I will let you know, there's 26 of them, and that's a very proud number. Just a few years ago, I was standing up here with Councilman McLaughlin, and we were talking about how we know CMCSS could be the first large district in the state, if not in the nation, to have 100% of our schools earn the Purple Star School Award. And I'm honored and proud to share with you tonight that we met that accomplishment. So we now have 100% of our schools who have been named a Purple Star School Award for their dedication to our military-connected students. And as you all know, we have over 12,000 military-connected students in our school system. And so this is a representation of the pride and the care that we take in taking care of those. So I'm gonna ask for Councilwoman McLaughlin and anybody else who is here from the Tennessee Military Interstate Compact, as well as our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Shanda Dowdy, and our level directors to please come forward. We're going to go in alphabetical order, but they're going to get their pictures taken 26 times. So last year, we had 15 schools that either were first time or renewals. Tonight, we have 26. We're going to start with our first time award recipients. Could I have representatives from Barksdale Elementary School to please come forward?
There we go. Yeah, well, yeah, there we go.
Congratulations. Next, Burns Darden Elementary School.
See, now I'm watching. Now.
Yeah. And next, Carmel Elementary School. And next, Clarksville High School. And next, CMCSS K-12 Virtual School. And next, Cumberland Heights Elementary School. And next, Kenwood Elementary School. My apologies, Kenwood. All right, we'll shift around a few letters now. Kirkwood Elementary School. And next, Montgomery Central Elementary School. Next, Montgomery Central Middle School. And next, New Providence Middle School. And next, Norman Smith Elementary School. Next, Northeast Middle School. Next, Northwest High School. Next, Richview Middle School. Next, Spanish Immersion Elementary School at Barksdale. And the last of our first-time winners, awardees, West Creek High School. Now I'm going to ask all of our schools that renewed to please come forward. I'm going to name them all in just a moment, but if all of you could come forward, it's going to be one big group photo. And as they're making their way forward, I do want to share a little bit about what it means to earn this. So each school has criteria that they must meet and then renew every 2 years. That criteria includes providing resources and support to our military-connected students, pointing a point of contact for our military-connected families, providing resources on their website, and also providing training for all of the employees in that building to ensure that they are providing the best support for our military-connected families. So there's a lot that goes into that, and we very much appreciate the Tennessee Military Interstate Compact for all the work they put into this to support our schools and to honor us with this great recognition. So we thank you very much for that. Now, these schools that renewed, this means that they have earned it before, are Hazelwood Elementary School, Kenwood Middle School, Kirkwood Middle School, Oakland Elementary School, Pisgah Elementary School, Sango Elementary School, West Creek Elementary School, West Creek Middle School, and Woodlawn Elementary School. Congratulations to you all. We appreciate everyone being here tonight. That concludes this evening's Point of Prides.
It doesn't. There's one more.
Oh,
Please stay.
okay.
So, along with the school liaison officers from Fort Campbell and Anthony, is why this is the largest school district in the state of Tennessee to have accomplished all schools 100% Purple Star. So I have a special presentation from the governor for Anthony for all of his efforts on this. And Deb, sorry she couldn't be here.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. My pleasure.
By Bill Lee, Governor, on behalf of the people of Tennessee, to the Honorable Anthony Johnson, whereas reposing special trust and confidence in your participation, patriotism, valor, and fidelity, I do hereby these present, constitute and appoint to you Colonel Aide-de-Camp to rank as such from the date of the commission and to hold such office until conditions prescribed by law. Signed, Governor Bill Lee. Colonel Johnson.
I just want to say I'm a little embarrassed because I don't like the attention the media reporters in here can tell you I run from the camera. But all that to say, this award really goes to our community. Thank you all for everything you do for our military-connected families. It means a lot, so thank you all.
Our next item is public comments. We have 7 signed up tonight. First speaker will be Andrea Brown. While you're approaching the microphone here at the center, you turn the mic on by pressing the right front silver button. A timer will display. The microphone light will begin to flash when you're in your last minute of allotted time. And it will, after 5 minutes, automatically shut off.
Hello, I'm a parent of a virtual school student. I would like to address the board to inquire and propose a policy that when there is a activity that is on a state highway, that the state trooper's office is contacted. However, we've been informed that Clarksville-Montgomery County Sheriff's Office cannot direct traffic, nor can Clarksville Police Department direct traffic. As you may know, the children are taking TCAP. Virtual students have to go to Central Services Building, and it is a hazard to get out of Central Services office parking lot during the morning hours. Afternoon hours is not so bad, but the morning traffic hours it is, because most parents are making a left-hand turn.
Thank you. Next speaker is Maxwell Bearden. Did you hear the comments about the mic and stuff? Yes. Okay.
My name is Maxwell Jasper. My students, if they call me anything, call me Teacher Bearden. This is my 4th year in public education. I specialize in teaching students with moderate to severe disabilities, behavioral issues, and psychiatric diagnoses. School choice is not always a choice for my students. My students have complex needs. They require specific services implemented with fidelity. They require staff that has been trained to meet their needs. The children specific to me often have specialized teams, safety plans, and radio codes. Weeks, months, even years are dedicated to these students' rights. The rights they have to be included in their educational environment. The rights they have to be differentiated instruction. The rights they have to be protected from harm, ridicule, and discrimination. In addition, I teach exclusively in Title I schools. These schools receive extra funding due to the percentage of families living below the poverty line. Homeless families, unemployed families, families struggling with substance use, incarceration, and mental health problems. Students who need access to things like clothes closets, family engagement opportunities, and culturally aware education. These services cost money, large amounts of it. So when I think of the gargantuan figure, $146 million proposed to support a voucher plan, enough to make any teacher faint, it feels like a slap to the face. Enough money to provide the hundreds of thousands of students and staff in pre-existing schools with the support they need to thrive. Governor Lee has signed his intent to strip this funding, using money meant for public schools to fund private educational entities. School choice is not a choice for most families. It's long since time to end that misconception. Parents can have preferences, but private schools make that final selection. And unlike public schools, private institutions have no obligation to admit, include, or accept your child. On top of that, Lee's vouchers only cover a certain dollar amount, an amount which does not cover the tuition of even a single private school's yearly cost in Tennessee. A discount for wealthy families that ignores the realities of poverty and discrimination. If a child is marginalized, vouchers disproportionately negatively affect them. Black, brown, disabled, immigrant, English language learners, gender diverse, or a religious minority. There is little to no oversight protecting these children. Nothing to ensure their just treatment if they are even accepted in the first place. Students deserve pain-free access to a quality and equitable education, meaningful inclusion opportunities, programs like Fuel and free and reduced lunch, free dentist and pediatrician visits in the schools, access to communication devices, physical therapy, speech services, teachers who look like them, schools that proudly represent all students, not just a hand-picked few. I want you to imagine, if you will, 5 or 10 years into the passage of this voucher bill. Our public schools, chronically and systemically underfunded, scraping by, old materials and support staff on poverty wages. Private schools, bolstered by government money and filled with well-educated, desirable, wealthy children. Who is left in these public schools? I'll tell you who. My students. Students like mine are left in these public schools. Kids with disabilities, kids with behavioral issues, kids who learn slowly, homeless kids, abused kids, kids hoping to God that their free lunch isn't cut next year because it's the only real meal they get during the week. Autistic kids and kids in wheelchairs left to sit in front of blank walls because the schools can't afford support staff. English language learners denied access to a private education because the school refuses to hire interpreters or certified instructors. Your plan willfully abandons students that are unwanted by private schools and provides an underserved demographic with an underfunded education. And each year, dedicated staff quit, fleeing to jobs with better pay and benefits. Each year, data is collected a little less. Fidelity falls through a little more. Lessons become less engaging as public schools hurry to keep up with restriction after restriction. A love of learning fades and dies, and students fall through these cracks. And still, that standardized testing, year after year, scores lower and lower as private schools cherry-pick ideal candidates and leave the rest to a broken system. And as the scores drop, so does the support, so does the funding, and it starts again. A vicious cycle where the only ones winning were the ones born 5 steps from the finish line. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Nicholas Wojak. Right, thank you.
Good morning, Chair, board members, educators, families, and fellow community members. My name is Nicholas, though Trump describes me as a left-wing lunatic. Though I don't view myself that way, I view myself as a student from Kenwood, someone who fits all the criteria for DEI. I am here tonight not only to speak about my own experiences, but to address broader issues that affect us all. The Clarksville-Montgomery County school system is at a crossroads, and it's time to reimagine education, what education and safety truly means for our students. Because when we talk about education in CMCSS, we must ask, what kind of future are we preparing students for? One that empowers them to navigate the real world, or one that reduces them to test scores and outdated curriculum? I'm going to tell you, it's the latter. Are we equipping them to make informed choices about their bodies and relationships? In a state that is pro-life, I expect the latter. Are we investing in life skills they'll actually use, or merely in rote memorization? Are we building safe, inclusive skills, or maintaining systems where too many students feel invisible, judged, or left behind? Education is more than academic success. Take it from me, it is about the kind of people we are becoming. In schools, every student deserves to feel valued for who they are, not conformed to a label or stereotype. Yet too often the identities of students like me are reduced to one-dimensional definitions. We are judged by a single test score, a standardized test measure that can't capture the full complexity of our lives, our potentials, or our worth. This doesn't just silence us, it erases the very essence of our humanity. I ask you today, why my worth, my ability to care, and my contributions to this community be any less significant because of what others assume about me based on a test score or a label? The question isn't just for me, it's for all of us. If we're serious about equity, safety, and success, then we must recognize that real education goes far beyond EOCs and GPAs. It requires us to meet students where they are, to nurture their growth in every dimension, not just what they show on a spreadsheet. Let's begin with one of the most urgent and overlooked needs in our school, our family life curriculum. As a gay man, as a student who recently was engaged in this curriculum, I am appalled. I can attest that it's outdated, incomplete, and fails to prepare students for the real-world challenges they face. It focuses narrowly on reproduction and puberty while leaving out in-depth explanations of consent, healthy relationships, boundaries, and STI prevention. I would like to add that maybe LGBTQ+ topics shouldn't be only talked about when discussing HIV. As a gay man myself, I should not be left behind out of the curriculum. If we say we don't need DEI, then why shouldn't Why hasn't my presence been spoken about enough? Because this is true, then this is not radical inclusion, but explicit exclusion. But how can students function in this world if they cannot focus? Let me tell you an experience that these students are really focusing on. This very morning, I was drawn to the Nazi symbol etched in the desk behind me. Why would I feel safe when I knew that my peer is near? Too many students are bullied, excluded, or discriminated against simply for who they are, whether it's because of their race, gender identity, neurodivergence, or background. Students are being told in subtle and direct ways that they do not belong. This cannot continue. As a member of what my people call Kenwood, I do not see a hood. I see a community of lost, broken people broken down by this very board, because we cannot learn if they do not feel safe, and safety is not a privilege, it is a right. Your right as a board is to listen to the people who are most impacted, the students themselves. We are treated like prisoners in our own abode. Time and time again, students are told to speak up, only to be ignored when they do. Student governments become nothing more than planning pep rallies while the real decisions are made without us. This has to change. Give students a real seat at this table. We must create student advisory boards that meet regularly with district leaders, implement student representation on school committees, and ensure surveys actually inform policy, something this board fails to lack. The challenges facing CMCSS cut deep, but they are not beyond our reach. If we commit to comprehensive sex education, prioritize real-world skills, fix the cracks in our system, foster inclusive environments, and uplift students' voices, we can create schools that don't just educate but empower. Real change takes us all, something this board seems to cower behind. It takes courage, consistency, and compassion. Thank you for your time and your willingness.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Garfield Scott. Mr. Garfield Scott. Silver button on the right.
I want to give a resolution to Mr. Calvert. Hello, my name is Garfield. Hello, my name is Garfield Scott. I'm a concerned citizen of District 68. In the past, student, past parent, future grandfather of a CMCSS student, a member of the Black community, trustee for Montgomery County Democratic Party. To present the Montgomery County Democratic Party resolution. Okay, I'll just hand that to you right there. I'm going to skip that. We are calling for Aaron Mayberry to step down from the CMCSS school board to represent my community, to point out the conflict of interest in Mr. Mayberry serving as a state representative while also serving as the school board, to highlight the important role of diversity and equity in our public schools, to give voice to the immigrant children in our community. I am a product of the Montgomery County school system. I would not be where I am today without the education provided to me in my younger days. In the past, students of color were not given equal chances to succeed. The Black community does not want to go back to those days. As a parent and a grandparent of Black children, it is very important to me that the people make decisions about our public schools understand that diversity makes our whole community stronger. Our Black and brown children need to see Black and brown teachers in our classroom as role models. I love my teacher, Mick McNair. All right. It is also important that we keep equity in our schools so that all students are treated fairly when it comes to discipline, access, and opportunity. Aaron Mayberry represents a special interest group and partisan politics every day in his position as state representative. He is actively trying to remove diversity protection from all public schools in Tennessee. He claims without evidence that this will improve the situation of students of color Aaron Mayberry is also in favor of preventing immigrant children from going to public schools in Tennessee. Though the bill hasn't passed yet, Mayberry has made it clear he does not support all children having access to a public education. He brings his partisan politics opinion into his role as school board member. How can this man remain on the school board when he is firmly against keeping our schools a safe and equal place for all of our students? How can he stay on the school board when he is actively trying to use public funds for private schools? Listen to that, private schools. How can we trust him to make a decision for our migrant students when he does not believe in all children who live in the state of Tennessee should be able to go to school here? It is my opinion that Aaron Mayberry is not a fair advocate for school child in Montgomery County, and that he should immediately step down from the CMCSS school board. My name is Garfield Scott, and I've had a whole lot of experience in this public school system, and I got a beautiful grandson that's getting ready to start school. He's just turned 6, and I love him to death. I don't want diversity and equity to disappear, because when I started school, I didn't have a PE uniform because we was poor. And my PE teacher beat me every day because he said I was out of a uniform. Think about that. And don't ever want to return to something like that again. But it was 2 of them. It was a Coach Toon, his father and son. Oh man, his son was amazing. His father, when I got to Burt School over there, he beat me just because I didn't have a uniform. Think about that. Oh, that's horrible. Every time I think about that, it just brings back awful memories. And I don't ever want that for my grandson, my kids, or his grandkids. I want everybody to be safe in our public school, whether you're poor, black, white, upper class. Just be considerate of other people. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Monica Meeks.
Recently, I had the privilege of volunteering as a proctor for TCAP at Carmel, and I can tell you I am not smarter than a 3rd grader, just looking at the test. It's a hard test. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the incredible teachers whose unwavering dedication to their students is truly inspiring. The experience brought me back a wave of nostalgia as our son once attended Carmel and was the only black child in his class from 2nd to 5th grade. It made me reflect, how often have any of you been the only person of your race in a room? When have you been seen as a representative of an entire race? Have your qualifications been questioned simply because of the color of your skin? Diversity, equity, and inclusion isn't about being unqualified. It's about breaking down barriers, like the absence of nepotism or being born in the wrong zip code. It's about creating opportunities where there historically have not been, or they have been denied. This is for the family pastor who is conveniently not here tonight. This part is for you. I noticed that you viewed my LinkedIn profile at 4 a.m. I don't know why you need to know what I do, but I know what you're trying to do. Perhaps your time would be better spent focusing on your family during these formative years. Unlike you, I don't have the privilege of mediocrity. I'm a veteran, holding multiple certifications, and have earned a graduate degree. You, however, went to Bible college. I am the 2nd black woman you've attempted to silence this month. Out of over 77,000 citizens in District 68, you believe you are qualified to hold 2 seats, but you are not. Since you brought up my PTSD, I wear it as a badge of honor. It's a testament of my resilience. It's a reminder for those that struggle silently can find encouragement in how I choose to live my life. You benefit from the privilege of failing forward. Did you vote to take over the Shelby County School today? Why, yes, you did. You do not intimidate me. If you choose to swing, that's for any of you, you better not miss. Since you appreciate scripture, here is one for you. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have I not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name cast out devils, and in thy name have done many wonderful works. And then I will profess unto them, I have never known you. Depart from me, you workers of iniquity. Until the innocence of black and brown children is seen with the same clarity as that of white children, the problem will persist. This is a whip. No need to be tone deaf about what this is and the racist undertone that he felt comfortable posting on his page with. It's not okay. Y'all can pretend that we're too sensitive all you want. We know what this means. And we want to show the petition. We have 420 signatures. He loves veterans so much that he decided to vote against hemp. And y'all know I've been advocating for medical cannabis for veterans for a very long time. And I'm not woke, and I'm not a leftist. I'm actually a moderate. And that's all I have to say.
Our next speaker is Kevin McPherson. Right button, or silver button to your right.
That button. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Thank you for letting me speak here at this meeting. I'm here on behalf of Aaron Mayberry. I moved here from California about 4 years ago. One of the first people I met was Aaron. He's very nice to me. And I'll tell you, I come from a place with charter schools. They've had charter schools for 15, 20 years now. And guess what? No teacher ever lost their job in a public school. Not one. Matter of fact, their job became easier because the load got taken off of them. So what you really need is charter schools. Go beyond vouchers, go into charter schools and magnet schools, things like that. Make charter schools help those that are in lower income areas, because those are kids that cannot afford to go to private schools. If you sit charter schools in those low income areas, those students become better. I've watched it. That's what happened in California. So just in that phase. And as far as this this politically motivated push to push a Democrat onto this board by the Democratic Party, it's politically motivated because they had a resolution for it. It is in their meeting minutes that they actually got together and decided to attack Aaron Mayberry. They did it Democratic style. They picked a victim, found some charges, linked it to the media, and then sent it into the body that would enforce it. That's the way the Democratic Party does it. And when all else fails, they bring in a racial component. They say, oh, he's racist because he's against DEI. I'll tell you, I guess the Democratic Party thinks I fell out of a coconut tree or something like that, and I'm incapable of getting a job or anything like that, because without them, I wouldn't be able to get anything, but that's not true. I grew up in a time without affirmative action, without DEI, and I did just fine. I was able to get a job, have an education, make a lot of money, buy a few houses. I did very well for myself without anybody's help. I didn't do it because I had help from the Democratic Party. I did not. I did it because I had merit. 100% merit was me. That's what I did. So when you talk about that, it's all about merit. And what else did you guys talk about? As far as mental health goes in schools, I dealt a lot with people with mental health issues. I was a police officer for a couple decades. I dealt with a lot of people with mental issues. And there's a stigmatism for receiving mental health. And some people are more comfortable, especially here in the Bible Belt, they're comfortable talking to a pastor than they are to a mental health professional. So those things in a school, it's not pushing religion on anyone. It's providing that service for people that are more comfortable speaking to a pastor than to a mental health professional, because there's stigmatism for that. And I don't think that, I've known Aaron for a while, and before he even stepped in the State House, he had these values that he holds today that he votes for and what he stands up for. He had those prior to that. Well, I saw him this morning. He had a meeting, so he's probably still at the State House. Well, or there's traffic. So is somebody going to stop them from badgering me with questions, or is that allowed? Because I specifically read that wasn't allowed, so,
You're correct.
okay.
Please let the speaker speak.
Thank you. So, as far as him resigns, I don't think that's something that should be done. He can hold 2 seats. It's not against the law for him to hold 2 seats. Though I think they have a resolution where you can't run for 2 seats at the same time, or a bill presented in the House that they can't run for 2 seats at a time, but I think, and someday that'll be fair, but right now, it's not against the law, it's not against the rules, and he speaks for every student in Tennessee now. He does. He wants a better life for them. I mean, I looked at, okay, let me tell you,
Please.
Tennessee is ranked 35th in reading in the United States and 29th in mathematics skills. So I mean, why would you send your kids to school in Tennessee? It's doesn't seem to be all that great. So if you give other choices, people that can do it, do private school. The voucher will only get to those people that can almost send their kids to private school. But you need charter schools and things like that. You need a school choice here. Because public schools sucked when I was a kid, and they still suck today. So teachers do a good job.
We have one more speaker. I would please ask the audience to let him or him speak without interruption. Mr. Alexander Kostic, I cannot say your last name. Please say it in a microphone. Silver button to your right.
Good evening. I'm here to defend Aaron as well. I know, it's hilarious, right? My name is Alex Castano. I'm a refugee from the commie city of Chicago. My wife and 3 kids moved down here a few years ago to escape their crazy public schools that inserted racism into everything, boys playing girls' sports, and even handing out condoms to 4th graders. Before we left, I stood at a school board meeting just like this one to warn them about the dangers of opening up bathrooms to quote-unquote all genders. They didn't listen, and now sexual assaults are on the rise just like I predicted. So when we moved here, I was determined to protect my kids from being indoctrinated into an ideology that attempts to sexualize children. I even planned to run for the school board myself, but then I met Aaron, and I realized he was already doing everything I would have done, only better. He's honest, transparent, faith-driven, and unlike some people, he doesn't just talk about supporting schools. He actually shows up to all of them. He's visited every school in the district, not for photo ops or political points, but because he actually cares and wants to be on the ground. He's a product of CMCSS, and he has 3 kids in the system, so these policies affect his family too. Now this group, Public School Strong, pretty Orwellian name if you ask me, since I've looked into their positions and nothing they've advocated for would actually strengthen the public schools. These Democrats hate the fact that Aaron is not only on the school board, but was also elected as Clarksville's representative in the state house. So we're gathered here today because they filed an ethics complaint. A complaint that the Tennessee Ethics Commission dismissed this morning and referred to it as a, quote, colossal waste of time unanimously. Why? Because it was. This is straight political because they can't win elections. Let's shift to what this is really about. Replacing him with someone who will check all the right boxes, just not the ones that actually matter. Now, what did Aaron do to warrant this baseless complaint? They're upset because he wants to dismantle DEI in the school system. But what is DEI? It's a system that says your race, sex, or orientation matters more than your merit. But let's not kid ourselves. This isn't about veterans, disabled, or religion. Those are already protected under federal law. This is about race. It's quite ironic that the same people calling Aaron racist are fighting to keep a system that ranks people by skin color. Aaron introduced a bill that said hiring should be based on merit. Imagine that. Hiring the best teachers for the classroom. Would you want your surgeon chosen based on equity or skill? Your airline pilot? Your presidential nominee? Sorry, dumb question. You already did that. So why wouldn't you want the best educators? And just for the record, Title VI of the Civil Rights Act already bans racial discrimination in public schools, so defending DEI means defending something that's illegal, and yes, it's racist. They're also mad that he wants schools to stop enrolling illegal aliens. Why should legal taxpaying citizen dollars be used to educate people who aren't even supposed to be here? That's not compassion, that's theft. And before someone tries to twist my words, I'm not saying these kids don't deserve an education. They do. Every child does, back in their home country. Then there's this voucher outrage. They say it's undermining public schools. When I moved here, my kids were zoned for failing school. We were lucky, we moved to a better one. But their friends were stuck in the same chaos, same failure, because nothing ever changes. Why would a school improve if it doesn't have to? Vouchers give these kids a lifeline, and they incentivize schools to improve through competition. It's truly incredible that you want kids to be trapped and then claim that it's in their best interest. If parents want to use them at religious schools, great, that's their money. They paid those taxes. They should decide where it goes. And it's not a violation of the separation of church and state. This country was founded on freedom of religion, not freedom from it. That's a lie. And lastly, they're furious about Aaron's bill allowing volunteer chaplains in schools. Unpaid, not mandatory, just people who want to help. In Tennessee, nearly 1 in 3 kids had a diagnosed mental health condition, and most don't get treatment. And you want to turn away free help? I get you're allergic to anything that doesn't waste taxpayer money, but someone offers to help kids for free, and that's a problem? Is it because someone might hear something that's true, like there are only 2 sexes, or men can't get pregnant? So let us ask the obvious question. Since Aaron is doing all this for the kids at the state level, which helps out Clarksville, why would we want to remove him? Because he's effective? Because he represents the values this country was founded on? They talk a big game about the sanctity of democracy, but the second you lose, you try to remove the man the people of Clarksville elected. Yeah, I know, you got 420 signatures out of, 200,000? That's not democracy. Democracy is winning elections, passing laws, representing your community, and that's exactly what Aaron is doing. If I could file an ethics complaint against you for wasting everyone's time on this ridiculous complaint, I would. But first, you'd have to win an election. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes our public comments. Our next item will be approval of consent agenda. Before we move to that, I'm going to ask that one item be removed. That's item number 5. It will be a separate item, proposed consolidated budget for the school system for 25-26. So we now take a motion for approval of consent agenda. Have a motion from Mr. Chris and a second from Mr. Garland. All in favor of consent agenda? Please open the vote. Is everyone happy with their vote? Please close the vote. It passes 6-0. Next item will be 25-26, proposed consolidated budget. Is there a motion on the floor for that? Hold on a minute. Mr. Garland just made the motion. Is there a second? Have a second, Chris? No, we need to declare. You're right. Any discussion? Before we vote on this, there is a statement that some need to read, myself included. Mr. Renier, you want to go first?
Okay. My name is Chris Lanier. I'm declaring that I have a relative as defined in TCA 49-2-202, whom Clarksville-Montgomery County School System employs. I am certifying that the vote that I am about to cast is in the best interest of the Clarksville-Montgomery County School System.
I'm Kent Griffey, and I'm declaring that I have a relative as defined in TCA 49-2-202, whom Clarksville-Montgomery County School System employs. I am certifying that the vote that I am about to cast is in the best interest of Clarksville-Montgomery County School System. I did not hear any discussion. So if you please open the vote. Is everyone satisfied with your vote? Please close the vote. It passes 6-0.
Next item, comments before Campbell School Liaison Officer.
And commission members. My name is Karen Watkins-Juve. I'm a school liaison officer from Fort Campbell. And we would like to thank the Clarksville community and our leaders for your support of our military connected students for helping us to celebrate the month of the military child. We would also like to invite the Clarksville community to our Kids Fest that will be on Saturday, April 26th at Friar Stadium from 10 to 2. Thank you.
CMCEA President or Representative.
Good evening. Since we're in full swing of testing, I'd like to remind folks that the result of a single standardized test does not tell the whole story about the efforts and growth of our students, educators, and schools. A student's standardized test score does not reflect the entirety of his journey this school year. It cannot reflect the creativity or his ability to work well with others, and it doesn't capture his aha moments or his persistence. The teacher's evaluation score does not reflect all the moments that go into a teacher's commitment to her job. Early morning lesson preparation, standing in line at the copier with lunch in hand, one-on-one time with students, evenings and weekends spent grading, cold dinners followed by 5 hours of sleep, and missed time with her own family. Nor does it show the money an educator spends out of her own pocket to purchase materials for her classroom. An evaluation score does not exhibit a teacher's sacrifice and commitment to ensuring students receive a high-quality, well-rounded education. Neither a school's assigned letter grade nor a district's designation reflects a partnership between families and teachers, nor does it capture the collaboration that occurs across subjects, grade levels, and support services. It does not demonstrate the important roles that education support professionals play or a school's culture. It does not reveal students' academic growth over the course of the year, and it does not reflect the adequacy or lack thereof educational funding. Legislative efforts to update the current standardized testing system have stalled for the year. However, it is vital that over the coming months we all continue to have conversations with our legislators about the importance of the appropriate role of assessments and the need to protect our freedom to teach. It is equally important to remember that students, teachers, schools, and districts are all more than labels generated by standardized tests. We are a community of learners led by hardworking, highly trained educators. The members of the Clarksville-Montgomery County Education Association are proud of the work we do each day to ensure that Clarksville-Montgomery County is a best place in which to work, live, teach, and learn. And also I'd like to just add, despite what one speaker just stood up here and said, we do have a great public school system in Clarksville-Montgomery County. With hardworking educators, and we know how smart our students actually are. We don't need outsiders to come in here and downgrade them in front of us. Thank you.
PET representative. PET representative. Thank you. Comments by county commissioners? No comments. Comments by board members? I'm going to go first and maybe last. My first comment is the opportunity for the public to address the school board is a wonderful thing. The board needs to hear the concerns and the voices of the entire population of this county. It also should be a thing that each and every one respects the person standing up to speak, regardless of what they have to say. Interrupting them, and if it had been in school, you'd be acting as children and been disciplined. And it's the first time I think I've ever had public address since I've been chair of this board, where the public was not allowing a speaker to speak without being interrupted. Don't know how that would be handled in the future, but I hope it's not a situation where I have to clear the room so that the person signed up to speak can speak, until their time is over. Rest of the board, comments by board members. Mr. Garland. I'm sorry. I think Casey was first, but I've called on you.
She was first. Call her.
Now you're on.
Okay. I would like to thank all of the ones that came out to speak today, because truly everything that you say I take to heart. But, you know, I am the kind of person that I'm going to speak my mind. Some people might not like the fact that I do speak my mind. But I think at 76 years old, I have a right to say what I believe is correct according to what we are trying to do. I would like to tell the teachers that you're doing an excellent job. I appreciate all the hard work that you have done down through the years. I'm not just talking about today, yesterday. I'm talking about down through the years, and I've been here a few years. And I'd like to talk to the students as well, those that happen to have shown up tonight, and especially the one that spoke. I'd like to let you know that we are here for you, because that's what the school board is supposed to be about, education of the children. We have some people that think that Clarksville-Montgomery County is just a blip on the map. But we are not. We are a school district that cares about all 40,000 of our students. We have a staff that actually go to work every day with that on their mind, regardless of what other parents think about our school system. And the statement on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, that is very important to me, because I wouldn't be where I am today if I wasn't qualified. And so you can't say that DEI is a black thing. That's what Michelle Obama would say. It's not a black thing. It's a people thing, trying to level the fields. And as long as we are Americans, we need to make sure that we follow the Constitution of the United States of America, not set rules in our own little bodies, and our own little groups, to try to bring down those that are trying to do something great for this nation. I applaud the work that all of you have done throughout this year, and as well as follow on. And as the chairman said, that we definitely do believe that when a person speaks, they have a right to speak. You know, there are people that say smart things, and there are people that say not so smart things. But the bottom line is they still have a right to speak. Why? Because this is what America is about. And last thing, I believe that if I was being addressed here tonight, I think I would have shown up. Thank you.
Ms. Bryant.
A couple things. First, I want to say that I love that we have a student that came up and spoke. So it was very well written and very well articulated. And I wish that we would have more of that. And we actually discussed, those of you that may have not heard our last board meeting or the one before, we discussed actually having students participate in board sessions. So the timing of that, I feel like, is perfect. And we're voting on it, or we passed it? I don't remember. It's all one blur. It's next month. We'll be voting on it. So that is something really exciting to look forward to. So you're right there on the ball with us. The other thing I want to say is, Mr. Griffey, I agree with you 100%. I think that just giving people the respect when they're up talking, whether we agree or disagree, I think everybody has an opportunity to address the board if they so please, and just being respectful is part of how we are going to work together and improve what we have going on here. So thank you for saying that. I agree with that. I have a statement from Aaron that I was going to read. He sent me and asked me to read it to you guys. He said, I apologize for not being able to make it tonight. This is the last day of session in the 114th General Assembly. I look forward to seeing everyone in May. I know he was bummed that he couldn't make it. Again, being respectful goes a long ways. Thank you.
Any other comments from board members? Ms. Berry.
I was appalled that a citizen in Clarksville-Montgomery County would call our schools a failure. As hard as the staff and having taught, that is a hard job. And for him to have the audacity, I think he should sign up for a day in the classroom, don't you? He would have a whole different opinion about our schools. Our teachers do a wonderful job. Dr. Luna does all she can to make sure that this district is the best in the country. And I want to say that if you're not going to say anything good, just keep your mouth closed. We all know that it's the constituents, the voters, that hired each one of us to serve on this board. And you are the ones that will fire us. Did you hear me? Everyone gets one vote. So when people don't do what is right for public schools, you can fire them. Well, because I'm in the district too, and I have a vote. But we don't have to tolerate nastiness. We don't have to tolerate disrespect. I've been on the other end of the spectrum, and I was highly disrespected as the chair of the board. However, I didn't lose my professional ability because other people were showing what they are made of, which is the very low self-esteem and don't think very much of themselves, because when you're a professional, you're going to always be professional. It doesn't matter what's happening around you. And I'm going to say I can work with anyone, but we see what's happening, and we must not pretend that it's not wrong, because it's wrong. When it affects our children, it's wrong. I'm on this board to make sure that we're doing the best we can for children. And I've said it, and I'll say it again. When I can't do what's best for Clarksville-Montgomery County Schools, you don't have to fire me. I'll quit. I will. I do this because I'm called to do it, and I don't want to spend a lot of time. But I do resent anyone that would take a crack at this school district and say that we're not doing our job. The senior leadership, they're doing their job. And when you're down in those trenches as school teachers, it's hard work. I guarantee you it's the hardest job on planet Earth. And not speaking of special education. So I just think we need to recruit some of these people to spend one day in the classroom. If you know what I'm telling, we want you to sign up and just shadow a teacher for one day. It would change their whole view of public education. We're doing a great job, and we're going to continue to be the best with the help of the good Lord. Amen.
Mr. Nelson.
So I think one of the worst things we may have done in our country is when we've taken prayer out of school. If you look at the state of our country and our district and our county now, we need some prayer, because as a people, we're just separating. And, no one here wakes up and says, I want to do a horrible job today. Everyone is out there giving their best efforts at all times. The teachers, they lay it out there. Some of the children aren't the easiest to deal with, but the teachers, they show up every day and they put in the work. We've got to come together as a community, as a nation, and put the children first. All this rhetoric is unnecessary. We need to focus on children and keep focused on children. And the gentleman who made the comment about the charter schools, that's okay in a city like Clarksville where everybody has access to it, but what about those communities that don't have access to charter schools? What about those children? Why don't they, what happens to their funding? We got to look at it in a broader spectrum. We can't just look here in a microcosm and think that we've got the best answers. So that concludes what I have to say.
Any other comments from board members? Ms. Berry.
I want to say, Mr. Nelson, that God is still in the schools because he's in these great people that are called to work with children. You don't have to say a prayer out loud. Many of them pray before school. I've had times when I prayed during school. If kids couldn't get concepts, I wouldn't say anything. Laid my hand on that child, prayed, God, open up the mind. I'm just saying, he's still in us. If he's in us, he's in the schools. And if he's in the schools, we have to continue to pray for those that are down in the trenches. I pray for you every day. I pray for your safety. I pray for the children to be able to grasp the concepts that you're teaching. And then those of us who are parents and community members, it's time to pray. Things are messy, but they've been messy before. God is our only hope. And that's why he calls some of us. He called all of us. And we need to be praying. We need to pray and keep on praying. And I'm not ashamed to say it.
Comments, Mr. Lanier.
I just wanted to say that I do appreciate our teachers, our parents, and everybody that helps our students succeed. And that's what we're all here for. I do reiterate the comments that our chair made about giving everybody their due and let them speak. That's all. Thank you.
Director of Schools report, Dr. Linda Vetter.
Good evening, board members. As has been mentioned, this week we are wrapping up statewide testing in the district. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of the students, the teachers, administrators, and the proctors who volunteered in our schools to ensure this week's administration went smoothly. It truly was a group effort. As the last month of school year is approaching, I would encourage you to pause and recognize the accomplishments of all of our students. There are so many opportunities over the next month. The award ceremonies, recognition of valedictorian and salutatorians, grade promotions, field day activities, yearbook signings, prom, graduation ceremonies, all 12 of them, and scholarship announcements. There are so many good news stories among the amazing students in our district. Please continue to help us highlight our bright spots and work together in our areas of opportunity. Mr. Griffey, this concludes my report.
That ends our agenda. This meeting is now adjourned.